Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here. And today, for you, really, James Cameron? Really? So recently, James Cameron, good old James Cameron, right? He did an interview and he was asked about his 4K transfers regarding Aliens, The Best, True Lies, and all that. And he made some typical modern day fan blaming statements and a typical insult to the fans as usual. And it's become very tiresome to me. So I saw this. I'm going to read over what he said, and this is sort of going to be like a rant, a little bit of a rant. But I think this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to go ahead and pop up this section of where he was asking. We'll read over it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts, rants, whatever you want to call it. So you've also had recently the 4K transfers of Aliens and True Lies that came out. It did get blowback in the fan community, some feeling that the image quality wasn't as high as they wanted it to be. You obviously have a very high standard. Yeah, right. So I'm wondering what you thought. And he responds by saying, "Oh, this is some bullshit right here. I'm telling you, this is some bullshit. When people start reviewing your grain structure, they need to move out of mom's basement and meet somebody, right?" Wow. Like nobody's ever said that to anybody who's criticized anything. Right. I'm serious. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? I've got a great team that does the transfers. I do all the color and density work. I look at every shot, every frame, and then the final transfer is done by a guy who has been with me for years. All the Avatar films, which suck, by the way, are done that way. Everything is done that way. Get a life, people. Seriously. Get a life. You live in your mom's basement. Don't criticize me. That's just like typical Hollywood bullcrap, and it's very, very tiresome. Look, regardless how you felt about the 4Ks of Aliens, True Lies, and The Best, I know some people like them, and if you like them, absolutely fine. No complaints for me to you guys. But you can't deny that these, along with Terminator 2, have been some very horrible 4K transfers, and they have not been well received. And I think just to brush off your criticism and your customers and blame the fans as usual. It's fan blaming to the 10th degree here, as always, because you're James Cameron. You know what? I read somewhere where somebody said, James Cameron's never wrong. He once thought he was wrong, but it turned out he was right. Because that's James Cameron. James Cameron has basically become a tool. And it's sad because the man has made some absolutely amazing movies over the years. Some of our all-time favorites, you can't deny True Lies, Abyss, Terminator 2, Aliens. He's made amazing, incredible movies, but there's just something to be said of him today. And I find it funny that he's making fun of people for reviewing the grain structure. As somebody else pointed out that I read that he literally had to review the grain structure to remove the grain structure from. So he's reviewing himself. This is stupid. This really irks me because there's so much more than just people reviewing the grain structure of these movies. That's the least of the problem. They were basically 2K up converts using AI. And how funny is it that the man that made a movie about the dangers of AI is a big advocate for using AI? He's removing these grain structures. He's making these movies from the 80s and 90s look like modern day movies. And in the process, you're losing that film history. You're losing that film grain. Grain isn't just about, removing it and making things look modern and everything. Grain is an artistic choice, and with film there is grain on film, and the artistry of it, the way it was used back in the day and the way it looks is a part of history, a part of film history. To remove that and to blame people because they don't agree with what you put out is just like basically erasing history. And this just aggravates me so very much, right? Okay, because it just seems like I talked not too long ago here on my channel about film criticism, how all these people in Hollywood, like from Chris Stuckman, Emma Roberts, and all these people, they don't want you to criticize film anymore. You can't criticize movies. Well, they're not really films, are they? They're all digital. Film is being lost, and it's wanting to be even more erased by James Cameron here. It's being erased more and more every day, and it's unnerving. It's aggravating. It's disappointing, and you wonder why so many people are turned off by actors, directors, and celebrities nowadays. And nowadays, it's because of bull crap like this. They get tired of being like, you're the customer, you're the consumer, you're selling these to them. Yes, they sold well, but you're selling these to them. And then once you get some pushback or some blowback on them, it's their fault. It's not your fault. And take it as it is and shut up. Right. So it's annoying. It's so very annoying. I miss. Sometimes I long for the days of yore, right? When you didn't really know or hear anything from your favorite actors and directors other than seeing the movies. As I was pointing out, these are no longer the days of VHS and Laserdisc. We now have 4K. We have 4K systems, 4K TVs with the sharpest image quality, sound quality ever, and you can see so much more now. And to remove all the filmness, the way it was meant to look and everything to fit a modern audience, basically like modern TVs, and digitally, make it look digitally and all that, and using AI is just it's disgusting. It's really disgusting, and it's this sad. And you guys, be honest with you, I've heard really bad things about the new Terminator 4K that's coming out. I think he's had his hand in on this as well too. From what I've heard, the color timing and the grain and all that's being removed. You know what? And I doubt James Cameron will ever see this or whatever. He can go stuff it. You know what? A lot of these people that are buying, look, 4Ks aren't cheap, right? I'm gonna go ahead and pop this down real quick, but 4Ks aren't cheap anymore. Not in today's day and age. 4K, you're telling people who are buying your product that they live in their mom's basement. Trust me, these people don't live in their mom's basement. People buying 4Ks because because if they got money spending like $30 a pop on these 4Ks all at once, trust me, they ain't living in their mom's basement. They're just avid film fans who love film grain, who love film history, who want to see a movie the way it's supposed to be intended, not a director who is gone past his prime and is trying to make everything look like Avatar. Avatar. It's I don't know what else I can say. I'm frustrated with this. I'm tired of people being told this bullshit about, it's the fans' fault. It's the fan community's fault. They're toxic this, they're toxic that, whatever. Because, the thing is, people did like these. People have waited a long time for those movies. And a lot of people did like them. But also the majority of people from seeing them and everything didn't like them. And you know what? They sold. But you're telling these people that bought these, and you're wondering why the 4K market is still so small, why so many people are still not wanting to buy 4K. It's because of bullshit like this. It's because of those types of transfers. It's because of the price, right? This is a niche market. It's a niche audience. And to purposely mock those fans, it's very, very tiresome. Just very tiresome. I don't know what else to say. I probably didn't even get my point across the way I wanted because it frustrated, made me mad. It really, truly made me mad. But what do you guys think about this? About what James Cameron had to say here? What was your honest opinion of these transfers? Look, I know sometimes we can get into these movies and we can go a little too in depth in it, but also that's how some people enjoy those things, and sometimes people can tell by looking at it that something's off. But I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on all this in the comments section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. That would be awesome if I earn your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Truly, always support physical media, especially the physical media that you love and you want, because it is the superior format. Godspeed.